Alright everyone, welcome back to the Suburban Farmer. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to keep it quick, short, and concise. Today's video is about what happens when you have someone take care of your garden. And it is a pretty sizable garden, and you have someone that's not really a sizable garden type of person take care of it. Now, it's a blessing that they took care of it, because everything would be 100% dead. But I need to tell you what to do as soon as you get home to have everything bounce right back. So let's get straight into it. Yesterday we came home and everything was weeping a lot in the greenhouse. I had actually forgotten to tell my caretaker of the plants that even if it rains, the greenhouse gets a daily water. So greenhouse was looking really sad. Only thing I really am attached to in here right now is this Buddha's hand, or I can never remember. Yeah, Buddha's hand. So it's definitely taken some damage. It was way too dry, and it actually looks like it bounced back pretty good, and these fruits might hold. So that's great. First thing you need to do is just get a deep water. Came in the greenhouse, everything was weeping. I deep watered it down. I'm going to deep water it down again right now. Okay. That's good. I actually have some crazy stuff in the greenhouse. Check this out. This is some hydroponics that I'm doing here with some future bonsais, but this is a hydroponic elm tree and maple tree in here. Very cool. Stuff like this I didn't even have to tell them about taking care of, which is cool. It kind of makes me think, if I had a full hydroponic setup, if I had everything on hydroponics, I wouldn't have to worry about it drying out. So everything out here did really well, because it did rain, and this stuff got the rain. Where we took the hit was the greenhouse, because it didn't get the natural rain. The bonsais took a little bit of a hit, because even if they get a natural rain, the next day they'll need watered, because their pots are so shallow, they're not going to hold nutrients. A couple of them did really good. This is actually from leaving the weeds in here on this one, because it's more established and the weeds will hold some of that moisture. These ones may have died. This may have died. You never know. This one did fine, thank God. Most of the bonsais did really good, so that's good. Coming over here, I'll show you what you step with your veggies. So I got this garden tone. You can get this anywhere, Lowe's, Home Depot, whatever. Now, we already put a good amount on these raised beds before we left. I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys with these raised beds. I haven't had a lot of success here. I grew kale, but it's past the kale season. I'm getting demolished by bugs. I need to take this all down. I tried broccoli, complete failure. Demolished by bugs, got too hot, too quick, and it wasn't even able to go into flower. Swiss chard, it's past its time. Strawberries looking like crap. 2 carrots ready to harvest. Not too bad, not too shabby. Let's show you guys what that looks. We'll pull one. Yeah, not too great. It's a red carrot right there. Not too great, but pretty decent. Tomatoes, I have high hopes for these guys. Hopefully gonna red up. Those are some purple toms, some cherry toms, and then the one I'm really excited about that I've never tried before, of course, now that I'm on video. The toms are pretty big back there, though. I'm looking for a... There they are. This is what I'm looking forward to trying. This is a pear tomato. So they're shaped like a pear, and then they're going to look like a pear, too. They're like yellow-greenish when they're ready. That's really cool. Alright, keeping on moving at a good pace here. Let's go over here. These all need fertilized. Pretty bad thing happened with the cucumbers. A lot of the cucumbers got way overripe. I'm sure I have some overripe ones in here that I missed. Because when you're having someone that's taking care of your garden that didn't plant this stuff, it's going to be like almost impossible for them to find the cucumbers when they're grown like this. They're kind of just grown in a vining method, and look how much they'll hide back here. So if I didn't look like really deeply in here, I would have missed this one. It's not the best one ever, but cucumber nonetheless. See? And any farther than this, if it gets yellower, it's going to taste like crap. That's not always the case, but it's usually the case. So you can see that when I came home, I had tons of cucumbers that were way past edible stages. Only thing you can do at that point is either pickle them, which I don't want to do, or you can cut them up and use them in cucumber water, which is great for the skin, which I did do. These are some tomatillos I'm really looking forward to. I've never had this fruit, and I don't know. This might actually be ready. The skin seems dry, and whatever's on the fruit on the inside seems solid now. So let me know in the comments below, is this tomatillo ready to eat? Maybe. But yeah, pretty much what I'm gonna do is throw the fertilizer down all on here. I've got watermelons that we can tell they're setting some. Some are setting, but quite a lot are dying, and a lot of flower heads are dying, and I think that's from not getting enough nutrients, and they are competing with a good bit here. We've got beans and all type of other stuff, carrots, stuff growing around them, not to mention these tomatillos, which are absolute beasts, and probably taking the majority of the nutrients because they're growing at a tremendous rate. Under the shade cloth we have all our tomatoes. A little trick with tomatoes, when the season starts to get super hot, they'll get like super diseased from sun scorching. Ow, God, I just stuck myself with this blackberry. And the sun scorching will cause the disease, but if you put them under a little shade cloth like this, it'll make so that your tomatoes can get out of that too harsh sun and avoid the sun scald. And it's actually a lot better for them. We'll come over here. So even though we had natural rain, the way that I have my plants set up with being on a suburban lot, everything's still close to the house, so it needs a good soak down, even if we had a rain, because they're kind of in a very harsh environment. Look at this setup. This little mulberry gets absolutely blasted. I can't even get near it. It's just getting the phone too wet, but that's just a cool setup I do with an old hose. I just poke holes in it. So the mulberries are going to get a nice drink right now. I'm going to leave this on for 10 minutes. Get everything watered down. I'm about to do the same thing with all these side gardens. And a little side note, I don't know if you guys know about anything about permaculture or anything like that, but talking about watering and self-sustaining and stuff, I have to mention right here in this low spot, I dug a 6-foot hole when I first moved here, but about a meter wide. It was a huge hole, and filled it with different, like mostly branches and green branches and stuff like that, and then filled it in and let it compact. And at first it kind of makes everything like a jungle, and it's not the best option, but after, well, because it attracts a lot of bugs, but after it stabilizes, it acts as a water retention area. So all these plants around here never need to be watered, because a 6-foot hole like that filled up with decaying matter, when it rains, and it's also a low spot in the yard, it can catch enough water to sustain itself for a whole season and water all these trees around it. And you got to make sure you have trees around it. I probably should have more, but I got plenty of trees around it. It's an old ancient way of planting things, because back in the day they wouldn't have had hoses. They would have had to actually think about, how am I going to catch water around these plants? So you could dig a deep hole to catch the water, and then fill it with organic matter, and then cap it off, or just leave it open, and that will naturally water all the plants. It's not feasible for me to do that with everything, but if I had a bigger lot, I probably would have that happening more often. If you come up here, you can see the growth stops being so lush and actually gets to be barren over here, where it's just sitting on a hugel mound, but it doesn't have the added benefit of having the water retention, the deeply dug hole. So yeah, I'm just gonna throw down some ferts, deeply watered everything, like I'm talking just soaking everything. We'll go back in the greenhouse to just finish off the video real quick. Well, actually, no. Let's come out here. You guys really like these trees on the side yard. So, side yard did great. Let's show you. Side yard did great. We got some rain, and the trees look amazing over here. I am gonna get around to shearing the Soleilin this week, but there's just a lot of work to be done. Got to kind of hop on the first stuff first, the dying plants first, and then we'll get to the other aspects of maintenance. But we don't want anything dying on us. Compost is looking decently all right. Looks pretty rich in there. I could probably use a stir up. Let's see if we got some blueberries finally. This thing is not in enough sun. It's a lemonade blueberry. We'll finish it off. There it is, little lemonade blueberry, fruits of my labor. Let's finish it off right here under this tree. So, we'll flip it around. Alright. Hopefully still filming. Yep. Alright. So, I probably have said it before, but all these videos are not edited. You're just seeing a good old-fashioned walk around in my garden, and what I do to recover after a little bit too long of a time away without regular maintenance. But we'll catch it right back up, so don't worry about it. That's how you do it. You deeply water, fertilize, and just stay on top of maintenance. So, lemonade blueberry. Very good. I definitely get that lemonade, almost like citrusy and sour flavor there. So I see why they call it that. It's called a pink lemonade blueberry. Very cool. I love it. Probably be there forever. And it will eventually get huge, about 8 feet by 8 feet around, and turn into a bush. I just need to let some more light in here, which I plan to do. So everyone have a great day. Keep growing, and thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe if you love garden content, because we won't stop pushing it. And little Mito the dog, he's gonna be out here for the next garden one. He's just in there sleeping. So all right, everyone take care and have a great day.